You know, sometimes I think I must have the noisiest plot, site. Being next to the M5, it's not easy for filming. I was walking past Seymour's train station along by the river, and there's an allotment site right next to the river. It's beautiful, looks lovely. You can hardly hear the road, the portway, and it looks idyllic, but I think there's about a 10-year waiting list for that site, so I've never got around to put my name on it. I'll just put up with the noise here, because the plot's finally getting to where I want it. So I think this year I have kept up more with the weeding than I did last year. The plot is going more of the direction I want it to. It's still not where I want it to be, but I'm getting there gradually. Considering I do it all myself on my own, it's not too bad. So most of the work I've been doing recently, obviously lots of watering, netting the beds. That takes a while to twist up all the excess, lots of cable ties, lots of weeding. Eventually I need to construct some more beds on the end bit. I've still got to paint my shed, the rest of it, and sort out the inside. But that's not a priority at the moment. I also have to keep up with pruning the tomatoes at home and remembering to sow a few more sort of winter brassicas, because mine keep getting eaten. Now, I haven't been down the allotment for a week now, and I haven't even been out here in my back garden. The reason being is on Monday lunchtime I had a phone call from my consultant with a cancellation for some treatment I needed. So I said yes. So the issue I've got is I've got an acoustic neuroma. It's a non-cancerous lump on the nerve that feeds my ear, so it's taken most of the hearing in my right ear. So I needed 1 dose of radiation, radiotherapy, to halt the growth so it doesn't do any more damage. And so I had like less than a day's notice. So then I had to go to the BRI and get zapped. Lots of hanging around, but part of it is you get to have a lovely head brace that gets slightly screwed into your skull, which doesn't hurt because it's numbed. But I've got just a couple of tiny marks there, and then 2 under my hair. But that's all you can see from my treatment, so I'm glad there's not great big holes. But I've been so tired and obviously headachy for this past week that I haven't had the energy to do any gardening or the allotment, so I hope it doesn't look too bad. But it still feels weird. It's still partially numb on the back, but each day I feel brighter and more able to do things. So I came out to the garden today to check on my seedlings. That I've got some little cabbage and broccoli seedlings in trays. But the first thing I asked when I got back from the hospital was, did anybody water my seedlings? I think the answer was no, unfortunately, but they were okay. They hadn't died with the heat. So yeah, I know the heat has lasted a couple of weeks, but this past week I've just been resting up inside. But I was glad to be able to eat a few tomatoes recently. I just hope my butternut squash down the allotment hasn't gone too crazy, because of course I was tying that in and I haven't had the chance to get down there and check on it. So that's why you won't get an update from down the allotment, because I haven't gone down there. But I'm feeling not normal, but a lot brighter. It's just like a bit of a woozy headache now, as well as the numb head. So I think I'm gonna pot around gently in the garden, see how much I can cope with. Problem is the treatment makes you tired, low energy, so we'll see how much I can do. So thanks for watching. Bye. So the pumpkin has started to sprawl. I don't know whether I'll actually get any pumpkins, but it's getting bigger. You've got the tomatoes there. And then these are not as much of a jungle, but I have started to get some ripe tomatoes. I just hope we have enough dry, warmish weather for the green ones to redden up. We'll see. So here's my plot after a week of not being here. The butternuts gone crazy. Look at the size of some of those. These are even actually going reasonably good, but my Okikuri, they had mildew, so I think they think it's autumn. So we'll see. Oh, and look, the courgette's got a bit big. But the rain has caused a bit of a weedy mess. But we'll see. I'm about to pull up some carrots for lunch tomorrow. But it's not too bad. There's even a bit more sweet corn up here. But I'm not picking that today.